The trans deaf have caused quite a stir on Twitter recently. These are people who identify as deaf and wish to be treated as deaf. People who are actually deaf are very offended by this and say that unless you're born deaf and know the hardships that come with that, no amount of self-identification is going to bridge the gap. Thus far, there is no law that requires us to affirm trans deaf people as being the same as actually deaf. The transabled are people who suffer from a rare disorder known as bodily integrity identity disorder. Amber Shuping blinded herself at the age of 23. She had her psychologist pour Drano into her eyes because all her life she wanted to be blind. Thus far, no law requires us to affirm the feelings or the beliefs of the transabled. Rachel Dolezal calls herself transracial. She was born to white parents, but very strongly self-identifies as Black. And she was removed from her leadership position with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People when people found out that she was actually biologically white. Thus far, there's no requirement legally for us to affirm the identity and the feelings of transracial people. Some people believe that they are Jesus of Nazareth or Napoleon Bonaparte. The government does not step in by building somebody an 18th century French manor if they claim to be Napoleon. And there's no law that requires us to agree or to express agreement with the self-identification of people who sincerely believe that they are historical characters. Anorexic girls believe that they are overweight, even when looking in the mirror at a tiny, frail, skin and bones body. And there's no law, at least not yet, that requires us to affirm this belief that the girl is overweight. We are free to disagree with that and even free to call anorexia nervosa an illness because it's based on a false belief. So the trans deaf, the transabled, the transracial, and anorexics, they all have a right to express their beliefs and express their opinions. However, in a free society, there is no obligation to agree with those beliefs. Yet the law is very different when it comes to a man who identifies as a woman, who says that he actually is a woman. We're legally obligated to refer to the man as she or her, and expressing the opinion that the man might be suffering from a delusion or a mental illness could actually get you prosecuted by a human rights tribunal as promoting hatred or bigotry or discrimination. So I'm going to close with a question. Why is the law so inconsistent when it comes to self-identity? I'm John Carpay. Thanks for listening.